Go live.
This is actually very smart because they never said they should never read it.
Moofy, what are you doing?
What is up? What's up?
He's getting in the way. I can't see anything. Moofy. Ah! Out of here. Freaking keyboard fell. Okay.
It's been 12 years already. What the heck? Hello?
Okay. All right. Okay. I think we are live now. Yes, we are
I'm
live.
back.
Boop. Boop. We are live everywhere. Cool.
That's good.
Let's share this with the people.
Ugh. Do you want to read?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Maya hay oa.
All right, there we go.
Ồ,
Oh,
mua
let
cái
me get
poly đồ
the
chột à.
let me get some music going.
That thing didn't stay on. That's kind of annoying. Is everything alright?
Yeah, just got Pokemon music going.
Okay.
There we go.
This thing,
All right.
this thing will stay on. Never mind, I have to make another one better.
Everything okay?
Yes, everything is okay. I'm just a bit annoyed that the thingy that I made for my friend, the thing won't stay on, and I'm like, but that's okay. I got it. I understand how it works. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Let me begin then, because I believe that you didn't begin last week. No, you began last week. So, 12 years
okay.
have passed on. Okay. The quest is passed on. Dance has henceforth. 12 years has passed on since Dan and Cassie were married. Dan has henceforth given up training and has been raising his family. He started a school to help his kids before they left on their Pokemon journeys. Cassie has it hard taking care of her father's business and her children, but somehow she manages. They are still very young though. What the heck?
I think I might have wanted to make this take place further in the future.
It will be getting easier soon, however, because their eldest son will be leaving them going on his journey. 10-year-old Danny. 10-year-old Danny ran down the hall of his school as fast as he could. He had his usual orange fleece jacket, grey pants, and dark blue tennis shoes. That is very specific. with red stars on the sides. Okay. Very American. Being late for his final date of school was the last thing he wanted. If he was late, his parents would never let him leave. Slowly, he turned the doorknob to his classroom and sneaked in. The teacher was writing on a chalkboard, and then he said quietly, Daniel said, late again, Mr. Dragonson. The teacher scolded, keeping his eyes on the board. Yes, sir, Danny said timidly. I will not tolerate this. This is the 6th time in a row, Danny.
6th time? Holy shit! You're a tardy bad boy.
Bad boy. Bayonetta would be like, bad boy. Naughty, naughty. Down the hall was the art class where Danny's older sister Polly had brought a painting of Jotun. She was 12 years old. It wore a rainbow dye.
Well, okay. I don't think I know how babies work.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's like 12 years have passed. I mean, I guess they got busy right away. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They got busy. What the heck? But then again, there's something that probably like early 80s, and people we think like, yeah, that's probably what happened, and now we're
that's
no,
probably what happened, right? They have a child right away the second they get married, right? That's how that works, right?
And then right now we are like, no, we shouldn't. No, we shouldn't. No,
I mean, this could have worked, but I probably should have said it took place a bit later than I did.
Yeah, they should have.
Oh well. Moving on.
Whoa. Whoops. Wait. What happened to this thing? Oh dear God. I will inform your parents. Okay. She was 12 years old and wore a rainbow dyed blouse. What? Tie-dye blouse, a purple shirt, and light blue shoes, and had brown hair bound into a long lock of blonde bands. That's even more specific.
Yeah, it's like very, very specific description there. I think I'm getting more specific with the descriptions as I go on.
The painting has amazed her teacher, Mrs. Michaela.
Michaela? Michaela? What kind of name is that?
I don't know. You just maybe you were thinking about Michelle or something, and it's like, yeah, we are just going to name it after the angel, and I'm like, what the? That's my desk job. No, Polly, this is incredible. Oh, Polly, this is incredible. She declared in a French accent. This is my desk Jordian Thunderjet. It's amazing the way that you captured it. I cannot do the French accent, unfortunately. Others won't even speak in a French accent. I captured it, my dad did. You are my best student. I believe you can go much further than this. You are very talented for your age. I love painting Pokemon. It's my life. It's my life.
It's like, don't you understand? I'm 12 years old. I know what I want to do for the rest of my life. Really? Probably because not many people do. Especially that age.
I believe that Polly might be our protagonist then, because she knows what she wants to do. Like, if she's the protagonist in this one, she would be like, people keep bothering her, and I'm like, I just want to paint a Pokemon in peace. Can you leave me alone?
Leave me alone.
She replied, not sounding optimistic about the idea. Yeah, who can be Danny was working in the meat school lab now, and an absent-minded Tom, and in the code it was instructing them. Now, I want you to make those solution in that jar. The man instructor pointing to 3 containers of liquids. But I'll have to check on the others, so I will be right back.
Danny took the liquids and started mixing them in the jar with a spoon. The job was getting boring fast, making him drift off and begin daydreaming. He started visualizing himself as a great Pokemon master, winning battle after battle. He didn't notice his teacher walking in front of him holding a bottle. "It's bubbling over!" A boy yelled from across the room. "Stay calm, I'm coming," the teacher called. Without thinking, he laid the bottle down in front of Danny, whom was still daydreaming. Why is there a question mark there? Without thinking, he laid the bottle down in front of Danny, whom was still daydreaming. That's supposed to be a question. It's just stating he's daydreaming. Silly. His mixture started bubbling, and it woke him. Then he saw the bottle on his table and grabbed it. "Mr. Calvin, should I put this in too?" he asked. Mr. Calvin was too busy getting the other problem under control and answered without a thought. Yes, put it in." Then he opened the bottle and started pouring the fluid into the bubbling mixture. Upon hearing the crackling noise, Mr. Calvin realized that what he had done and panicked. "Evacuate! Evacuate now!" This just became a very dangerous chemistry class.
You know, I used to study chemistry, and one time my teacher actually had some solution right there, and then I thought that I have to pour the big one in, but it was like, we actually prepare the whole thing on the small one, so you can just pour the small one. I'm like, oh yeah, sorry about that. I feel like to go accept. Do that. Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. I'm just making sure I'm loud enough on the live stream. Something's not right. Microphone. Wait, no, there it goes. Okay, it's going. What? Okay, good. It's doing it. It's just a little delayed. That's fine. All right. Okay, Carrie, you can continue now. Or wait, no, I was reading it, wasn't I? Okay. All the students fled the room in time to evade a great explosion. Jeez, what were they mixing in that chemistry class? The whole class turned to Danny.
I was like, "Welcome to science class."
The whole class turned to Danny, including the teacher. "Well, Danny, you've blown up our only school laboratory." "Good job, Danny, you did it." "Way to go," a boy remarked. Danny felt very embarrassed and ashamed, but the bell rang and the students left for lunch. It was like, "Oh, the bell rang, everybody go."
Well, it seems like he's a trouble kid and has a lot to live up to Dan and something. I don't think that's how. Yeah, children.
Yeah. Like, Danny, just go to lunch, Mr. Calvin ordered. "I'll be telling your father about this." Danny walked down the hall, wondering what else could go wrong. 2 calls to Dad in one day? I'm toast this time. Polly entered the cafeteria, where she was greeted by 3 girls her age. "Come on, Polly. Come sit with us." I think there should be like a comma there. One said. "All right," she answered. Every student in the room was talking about the blown-up lab. "You're kidding," Polly remarked, astonished. "Oh, no, we're not. Your little brother blew it literally." He blew it literally," the girl replied, giggling.
Also, you got a typo with "you're kidding."
It's like, "you're..." Oh, yeah, it is a typo. Let me fix that. There we go. All fixed. Danny walked to the room and everyone stopped talking. He sat down by his friend Fred. "Oh boy, here we go with another generically named character." There's no end to them in my... There's no end to them in my Pokemon stories. "Don't pay any attention to them, Danny," Fred advised. "I know it was an accident." Danny couldn't help but pay attention to them, and he felt as if it was the worst day of his life. The afternoon moved on, and several more accidents occurred. Each one seemed to be followed by the teacher saying, "I'll be calling your parents." At the end, Danny and a couple trainers At the end, Danny and Polly got on the school bus and rode it home. He looked out the window to see a couple of trainers passing by. That's what I want to be, he thought to himself. Then I'd be great! He felt someone touching his shoulder and turned around to see the black coat on. You're the one who blew up the chemistry lab, aren't you? He said, pinning Danny to the wall. No, I'm not. Don't try to fool me. It was you. Chemistry is the only subject I'm good at, and you destroyed it! Leave my brother alone. Leave my brother alone, Polly ordered, only to be pushed down by the bully. Stop that racket back. I don't think that's how you spell racket.
Keep going. Don't worry about it.
Stop that racket back there, the driver exclaimed. I'll deal with you after you get off. The bus came to a halt, and Danny's heart pounded. As soon as the door opened, he and Polly ran out with the bully after them. They made it to the door of their house and knocked on it, hoping their mother would open it fast. Okay, Carrie, your turn.
Okay. That's when Danny saw the note saying, Dear kids, I've gone to a store for food. I will be back soon. Danny turned the note and it was locked. Thanks a lot, Mom. Then Danny remarked the bully was right in front of them and looked angrier. Danny tried to open the door again, but it won't budge. Now I've got you. From over the fence stumbled a yellow thunderjack, an old yellow thunderjack who raced to their aid. The bully began shaking. Call off your Jotion. Polly and Dan looked each other and smiled. Thundershock, they commanded. Sparks began jumping from Thunderjack, scaring the bully away. Good girl, Thunderjack. They praised, patting her back. Thunderjack panted and fell asleep. Oof. A woman came driving down the street. She looked to be in her 20s and was wearing a blue dress. 4 grocery bags covered her face. A baby could have heard from the ear. Mom! Danny rejoiced, helping her with her bags. Casey was fully grown now. She still wore the ring Dan had given her so many years ago.
I would hope so. Anyway.
It's one hell of a ring, though.
Okay, go ahead.
Polly picked up her baby brother Kyle from the seat and followed her mother to the door. Polly, I'm sorry I forgot to leave a key. She apologized. Have you been here long? No, we just got here. Polly interrupted, trying to be polite. Oh, that's good. Now come on, let's get inside. Their house was painted yellow and had 2 levels of connected by a long, creaky wooden staircase. Thunderjack trotted in and lay down on the family couch. Danny put the bags on the counter, and Cassie sort through them, putting everything in place. I got your favorite dinner tonight, Danny. Eggplant. Great, he exclaimed. I want to make your last dinner before your journey special. Oh, okay. He remembered sadly, remembering the impending doom. I think I'm gonna go to my room now. Kyle cried, being put in his playpen. Danny, please play with Kyle. He likes that. What do you mean? Polly requested. Right. He replied, sighing. Danny entered the youngster's pen and stared at him. This isn't big enough for the 2 of us. This isn't big enough for the 2 of us.
Okay, I gotta say, that's kind of a funny joke.
Yes, it is. Okay. I'm okay, don't worry about it. Danny got in and picked him up. The old examiner drove the infant to sleep. You're going to be a good father someday, Cassie told Danny. Danny pushed the thought out of his head quickly. I'm only 12, Mom. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
No, I'm only 13 or something. I don't know how old.
He's 10.
How old Polly is.
He's 10 and Polly's 12.
But isn't that mean Polly is actually his older sister or something?
Yeah.
Okay. The dollar began to juggle, and the tall man in white shirt and brown pants walked in. He wore a pair of glasses that had thin lenses and black hair. Sorry about that. Danny could hear the voice. The other sounded so familiar. Welcome home. Welcome home, Cassie said. Then it was Dan, and he had changed much from his last adventure. Yes, Mr. Calvin, and I know we spent a lot of time in that lab, and I apologize for the accident. We'll talk later. I have to go now. How was your day? His wife asked, hoping to get a positive answer. My day. You should ask how Danny's day was. You should ask Danny about how his day was.
All right, my turn. What do you mean? It seems Danny caused several accidents. Allow me to read the list. Number 1, destroyed science lab. Number 2, dropped weight on gym teacher's toes. Number 3, spilled 40 gallons of paint onto the floor. Number...
How did that happen?
Number Dove. Okay, so I'm going to bring this up. So this is a really old document, and so the formatting has gotten a bit wonky over the years. I have no idea what this dove is. I fix the quotes and I fix the apostrophes. I have no idea what this dove symbol is, so I don't know what to change it to. It's not a period. It's not a... I mean, maybe it's an exclamation point?
Maybe.
But I don't... Hold on. Let's see. Fine. Nope. Exclamation points exist. Anyway. Let's see. Where was I?
This thing won't stay on.
It's okay. Okay, it was right here. Okay. Left off here. Sounds of paint on the floor. Number enough! Cassie screamed. It was an accident, Mom, Danny defended. Correction. Accidents, Dan remarked. Am I still going to leave tomorrow? We'll have to think it over, Cassie answered. Danny slowly crept to his room and went to his computer. He decided to go online to check his email. Lately, he had been getting training advice from a stranger. Oh, that doesn't sound good. It's like...
That doesn't sound good. Ugh.
It's like creepy.
Danger.
Creepy stranger danger. He typed in his address and password and found one new message from the stranger. Who is this Soup Keem Arshka guy anyway? So that's like a word that my friends made up. It's kind of like a silly little inside joke. The message gave him important info about making a Pokemon team. Dan and Cassie were talking to each other alone about Danny's actions. I don't think he should leave yet, she argued. I feel the same, but he wants to go. So what if he wants to? Of course he wants to go, Dan. Anyway. But he wants to go. And what about Polly? She has great talent and just stays here, unable to use it. Well, how is she not able to use it? She's drawing pictures of Pokemon all the time. I don't get their logic with that one, but whatever. Cass.
In the future, you should make a Cassie. You should make a Polly only. Polly only special in which you are like, or maybe something. You're like, she's going on a journey, but she, unlike Danny, she goes to paint.
Yeah. I actually have.
And she is like, please leave me alone. I just want to paint.
Yeah, I actually have ideas for something like that, but that's not for a long time. Kess, you gave me an idea. Dan revealed his idea to her, and she looked depressed upon hearing it.
Oof.
Do you think it's the only way? I'm afraid so. Let's ask the kids. They called Danny and Polly down to talk to them. Have you decided? Danny inquired nervously. First, we have to ask Polly something, Cassie replied. What is it? She asked. Would you be willing to go on a Pokemon journey? She thought this over and responded, I guess so. Now, would you two be willing to go on your journeys together? What? Danny and Polly exclaimed simultaneously. I have to take her, Danny remarked. Danny, you're clumsy, and we think it would be best if you traveled with someone, Dan said in a deep voice. Wait, why deep voice? Why did I describe it as a deep voice? Danny, you're clumsy, and we think you would. I don't know. That's weird. Anyway. Oh, I would love to go, Polly exclaimed, overjoyed. Well, Danny? His mother asked. If that's the only way, then I'll take it. Good. I'll take you both over to the lab in Newbark Town in the morning. Dan spoke, getting the answers he wanted. Dan wanted his son to become just as good as him at training. All trainers in Johto who were 10 or over would be eligible to get a starter Pokemon at Newbark Town. Danny knew it would be hard with his big sister. He does not have a high opinion of.
Is it big sister or something? I'm confused.
Yeah, she's 2 years older than Danny is. Okay. Around to do well, but this was his chance to follow in his father's footsteps. Ever since he was 4, his mother had told him the story of the Great Prism League. That night, Dan gave his son advice for his upcoming journey, and Danny could hardly wait till morning. Well, I feel like I could have gone into a bit more detail. I think that would have been a really touching scene if it had a bit more detail there. You know, like having a nice little conversation between father and son, but okay, let's just move on, I guess. Anyway, Dan gave his son advice for his upcoming journey, and Danny could hardly wait till morning. Oh, God. Oh, hold on. Page jumped. The sun rose, and light shot through Danny's window into his face. That sounds like violent sunbeams. For a brief moment, he went under his blanket, but then he quickly realized that it was morning and got into the shower, ate breakfast, got dressed, gathered his things. Wait, hold on. I think you messed up the order on this thing. You got a shower, you ate breakfast, and then you got dressed? I do feel like you should be getting dressed before breakfast if you just got a shower, but okay. Gathering his things and entered his... He gathered his things and entered his parents' bedroom. They were fast asleep. Okay, your turn, Carrie.
Mom, Dad, it's 8 in the morning. Let's go. Dan forced himself up and mumbled to him. You don't have to until 10 a.m. Please go back to bed now. Danny spent the morning playing in his Nintendo Star games. His parents got up and followed his lead. Polly had gathered all of her art supply in a backpack. After being wide awake, Dan called her for his son. Come down to the basement. I want to show you something. Then he paused his game and ran down the steps and nearly tripping over the snoozing Thunderjack. His father had a brown blanket covering a strangely shaped object. This is something my parents gave to me before I left on my journey. He pulled off the sheet and revealed an old purple mountain bike. Wow, this for me, Dad? That's right. Son, it will help you get around. Just don't run down any parasites like I did. The bike looked as good as new, and Danny helped his father to load it onto the back of their minivan. Then the whole family piled in and left. Danny wondered which starting Pokemon he should choose. His father told him there would be 3 types to choose from: grass, water, or fire. They drove past the sign and said, Welcome to Newbark Town, the place where new beginnings blow. What does that mean? Danny asked himself. A town was as big as a city, yet it wasn't small either. There are a few 10 tall buildings, but most of them were small houses. They drove past the gate and parked outside a building that looked like a school with a large silhouette in in front of it. Inside, they walked down the many halls before finding the right room. It was a tall man. In it was a tall man with spiky brown hair, green pants, and a white coat over his light blue shirt. He looked at the family and remembered why they had come. Oh, hello. You must be Danny and Polly. I'm Professor M. He said, putting on his glasses. Your Pokemon are in their bars over on the table. Then he started picking them one by one, and each time he did, and determined what Pokemon was inside. That's a Totodile, a water type. That's a Chikorita, Chikorita, the grass type, and that's a Cyndaquil. Then he interrupted, knowing what he would say. The fire type. Correct. Correct. The professor agreed. Would it be alright if we if we took them out? Excuse me. If we let them out to look at them? Then he asked, sure, right, go ahead. Without hesitation, then he dropped all 3 balls on the floor and the Pokemon were released. Chikorita was a green Pokemon with 4 stubby legs and a leaf coming out from his head. Totodile was a blue crocodile that stood on the 2 feet and had 2 pointy teeth coming out in front. Cyndaquil looks like a black and yellow Pokemon which had violent flames coming out from his back. Then reached into his pocket and pulled out his old Pokedex. Pokemon unknown, oh Jesus, sorry about that. Pokemon unknown, no available data, and took a look at Dan's device and know why he has no idea. Your Pokedex is really old. I say it comes back from 1998. Do you have Pokedexes? Then Polly asked. The professor seemed distressed from her words and replied nervously. You better choose your Pokemon first. Then he looked at the choices and grabbed Totodile's ball. I choose Totodile. You sure? His mother asked. Yeah, he's a water type, which I like. He looks really cool. Plus, he looks like a Donald Duck.
He sounds like Donald Duck. Okay, so that's funny because in the Pokemon anime, that's what Totodile sounds like. He sounds like it's a very Donald Duck-like voice. Alright, you can finish the page now.
Call him the little feet crocodile over where I live, and he just go and say little feet, busy like that. It was adorable, and keeps kicking his feet.
Okay, you can finish the page now.
I believe that you were doing it.
Oh, no one could disagree with him on that remark. Polly snatched the second ball and announced, "Then I get Chikorita." The cheery little grass Pokemon jumped onto her arms, into her arms. Professor Elm thought it was time to say the bad news. "I'm sorry, but I'm all out of Pokedexes." The new trainers looked disappointed. Without a Pokedex, they would not have information about Pokemon. Yeah, that's what a Pokedex is. Dan knew it would be harder without any Pokedex.
But isn't it kind of like it's kind of like what Stefan got. You can just look at them. Some of the types are easy enough to decipher.
Yeah, that's how a lot of them are designed. After all, it's harder without Pokedex. So he handed Elm his. "Professor, could you update mine?"
Except if you look at Arceus and his kids, then they probably are going to. They are probably harder to look at because you have no idea what they are. They're like, "What are you? Are you water or something?" And Diamond is like, "No, I'm not. I could be."
Arceus and his kids. I like how you phrase that. Dan knew it'd be.
Dia is like, "No, I'm not water. I mean, I could be, but no, I'm not."
Dan knew it would be harder without Pokedex, so he handed Elm his. "Professor, could you update mine?" "Yes, I could, but you wouldn't have your ID, Mr. Dragonson." "It would just be until they got their own." It's like, could you imagine going out with identification. Just like, my kids are going on an adventure. I don't need personal identification. Dan would later be thrown out of the country.
Hey, what?
Well, in that case, I'll do it. Elm took the flat red object and inserted it into a machine that started counting until it reached 250. There. It is now. What the? I think I typed this out wrong. It is now you have information there. I'm going to get rid of the it is because I don't know why that's there. Now you have information about 250 Pokemon instead of 150. Great. Now I want a battle, Danny announced. Chikorita, are you ready? Polly asked. Chikorita's leaf spun around and around. Now let's see, Danny said to himself, trying to figure out the Pokedex. Dan pushed a white button for him.
Sorry, excuse me. I'm okay.
Dan pushed a white button for him, and a picture of Chikorita appeared. Chikorita, the leaf Pokemon. Its pleasantly aromatic leaves have the ability to check the humidity and the temperature. Danny pointed the Pokedex at Totodile. Totodile, the big jaw Pokemon. It is small, but rough and tough. It won't hesitate to take a bite out of anything that moves. Everyone went outside to see...
Interesting that you picked... interesting that you didn't pick fire, because everyone is like, fire! And we are like, no.
Freaking Totodile's my favorite. Honestly, he's probably one of my favorite starter Pokemon. I love him. I think he's like a cute little guy, but he's tough too. He's perfect. Perfect in his little Totodile way.
And also he keeps wiggling his feet like it was nothing. It was adorable.
Oh, Destroyer's here. Hey, Destroyer, what's up?
Hi, Destroyer. I apologize for my my runny nose. Ugh, it hurts. Everything else is fine.
All right, and Carrie. Oh, and Carrie has emotions again. That's always nice. Nice that I can make her happy or laughing and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm glad you're here, Destroyer. All right, but you haven't been here a while. Oh, I haven't been here a while. But yeah, this so far it's basically we were just introducing Dan and Cassie's children, and they're getting their Pokemon and stuff and going on their own journeys. So yeah, we've like jumped 12 years since the last part of the story. So yeah,
it should be longer. It should be way longer. They shouldn't get busy so soon.
It should have been like, I don't know, 14, 15 years or something. Something like that. But whatever. We'll just say they got busy right away. It's like
yeah, we as little kids we do not know how kids work, so we're like, yeah, let's get married, let's go to honeymoon, hey, and then we are like, oh no.
It doesn't usually go that fast, honestly.
No, it doesn't.
Everyone went outside to see the battle.
We don't know physics enough.
Yeah.
We don't know physics enough.
The new
we don't know science enough.
We don't know science enough. The new trainers stood facing each other with their Pokemon in the center. My first victory, Dan declared. Don't count on it, Polly replied. Chikorita, sweet scent. Chikorita fanned its aroma over to Totodile, who looked intoxicated. Totodile, get a hold of yourself and use Leer. Totodile stared angrily at Chikorita, scaring her. Tackle it! Scratch attack! The two Pokemon charged at each other. Totodile slashed Chikorita. Chikorita fell over from the pain of its wound. Chikorita is unable to... Man, that was a short battle. But you know what? Starter Pokemon battles in the beginning of the game are usually short battles. Chikorita fell over in pain.
Just the tiny little ones beating up each other like it was nothing.
Little baby fights. Chikorita is unable to continue the battle, so Danny wins, Dan announced. Yes, I did it! Great job, Totodile! Now return. Totodile quickly turned into a red light and re-entered its ball. Don't be too happy. That was just a Don't be too happy, comma. That was just a rookie battle. Rookie battle? Silly Polly. This isn't Digimon. Wait until you get into the
But
big
they are,
league.
but you guys are rookies compared to Dan. I mean, look at Dan. Look at Dan. He who terrorized all the Pokemons and kids.
Yes, this is Professor Elm talking, actually. Professor Elm said, treating Chikorita's wound. No, don't treat his womb. What are you doing? Dan and Cassie.
Can you? Why do I feel like Chikorita is going to be like, I will be watching you, Totodile. You are going to suffer.
Why are you still here? Just to suffer? Dan and Cassie approach their children. This is when you take charge of yourselves, Dan announced, feeling unsure of himself. Polly, Danny, I'm giving you these. They are Pokegear. Cassie told them, handing them objects that were shaped like wristwatches. Cool! It even has a visual screen, Danny pointed out. That's what a watch has, you fool! It's a visual cell phone. Map, watch, and radio all in one, Dan explained. Thanks, Dad. Back in the parking lot, Dan pulled Danny's bike out from the back. Try your best, Polly. Cassie rooted, hugging her daughter. I won't let you down, Dad, Danny declared. Just stay with it and you'll do fine, son. Danny and Polly looked at the little infant who was playing with his feet. Bye, Kyle, they told him. It was time for them to go. Their journeys had begun, and they were on their own. How long has this been? 42 minutes. You want to keep reading?
Yeah, sure, no problem. Do you want to?
Yeah. I think I'll take a little water break though. I gotta go. My mouth is really dry.
Yeah, sure, do you want me to continue? Do you want me to read now, or do you want me to wait for you to come back? I can wait for you to come back to grab some water.
Okay. Yeah. Where's
Yep, you can go.
I gotta get a new cup. Okay, guys. I'll be back in just a second. Whenever I'm away.
Meanwhile, you will be here while being quiet because I am multitasking.
Yeah. Whenever I go away like this, I like to set my character to dozing. He's like a little sleepy boy.
Yep. Alright, then go grab your water.
Okay.
Welcome back.
I've returned. Sorry about that. Let me just.
Hey, it's alright.
There we go. My character's
My
awake
voice
now.
also cracked. Ah,
Yeah. You okay over there, Carrie?
yep, I'm okay.
Okay.
Nothing is broken. Nothing is broken. Don't worry about it.
Is it your turn now?
Yes, it is my turn.
Okay.
I did say that. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, was where? Okay. We should go to. Danny and his sister were following the Pocket Gears map direction through a fake forest. We should be
Oh,
arriving
hold
in
on for a
Jericho
second.
soon.
Something happened to our music. Where's that music?
Huh?
Yes, continue. There we go. Okay, got the music back, baby. We're in business. Okay, you can continue reading.
Did it stop playing?
Yeah, it stopped for some reason, but we're good.
Alright then. Whoa. I'm okay. Okay, don't worry about it. Whoa. Sorry. My bad. Where? Yeah, but we can rest and get something to eat. Where are all the Pokemon? Danny looked around. The forest was empty and was without wildlife. I'm not sure, but we'll have to catch more if we are going to take the gym challenge. There was a rustle in the bush and a small brown creature sitting out with a small tail bouncing along. That's one! Sandfred, the scout Pokemon, is stand on his tail so that he can see a long way. If he spots an enemy, he cries loudly to warn his kind. Oh, so basically just like a chipmunk, like that one. No, no, that's a meme. That's a meme. There's like,
Ah! Alan!
yeah, but they didn't do they do really high pitch, which we cannot do. You have to look it up yourself.
Yeah.
There we go. We cannot do it because our voice is too delicate. Yeah, we can do it, but only if you get us onto a roller coaster. Then yeah, we probably can do it. Total, go weaken it. Total appearance caused the Sentret to cry out. Way to go, smart guy. I think that you got a typo right there. Way to go, smart guy. You heard what it said. If they spot an enemy, they cry. I think that you got a typo with a way to go. Yeah. Way to go, smart guy. Wait. Wait. Yeah, there we go. Way to go, smart guy. You heard what it said. If it spot an enemy, they cry. You spell it wrong with the wait.
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 Oh, right.
Yeah. Sandra carried herself into a sphere. What a gun! Totodile inhaled and shoot a beam of water from his mouth, bouncing the curled Pokemon off a tree like a ball and sending it back to Totodile, hitting him in the face. And then the both of them broke out laughing. That's actually adorable. What the heck, Danny? Rage attack. Totodile's rage began growing and it attacked Sandra with his claws. Yeah, what doing? I thought that it would be really funny in that way because they hit each other and then they go like, that was kind of funny. Hey, should we do that again? And then Daniel's like, no, you should not, and then makes him go into rage mode and beats up the whole thing.
Okay.
And that's how Totodile and Sandtrap become friends. Unlikely friends by beating each other up. The small squirrel was forced out of his defense curl. Polly, toss me a Pokeball. Polly opened her supplies bag, took out a Pokeball, and passed it to Danny. Trap, I have you now, he declared, hitting it with the ball. Jeff was pulled into it. The ball took a few seconds, but then it made a locking sound. Danny picked up the ball and moved. and move. They move through the forest. What? And they move through the forest. They go to the end, finding no more Pokemon. Then he suspect it was because they saw how good he was, but Polly figured it was Sentry's cry. Well, there is Cherry Grove. You can separate Cherry Grove, right?
It should be.
It's still going.
Oh wait. The vertical stream is fine, I think. Let me double check that. Yeah, the vertical stream is fine. It's just the horizontal stream that's having a little issue. Wait, it's back. It's back. Okay, we're good. We're good. You can continue now.
Okay. I was going to say that I suspect that you have a pretty good relationship with your brothers, but back then you don't know how to write sibling relationships in fiction. Because siblings' relationships are like, ugh. Beat up each other and then making mayhem.
Well, this story's just started.
Let's see. Right. With his sister's consent, Danny turns to the right and finds a Geodude. The trail becomes larger and larger and led them to a dead end. A tall stone will block their path. Time to head back. There's a grassy area over there. Let's check it out. Danny moved off the path and Polly warned him. Stay. Danny didn't listen and went further in, and there was a Geodude there hiding in the grass. He could see them pulled out his Pokeball. Geodude stood on his hands, realizing his hiding place was firm. Geodude uses his arms to steadily climb steep mountain paths. It swings its feet around if angered. Water gun him! Water the Dow! The water that came from the Totodile damaged Geodude severely. Then he could see it hurl its empty Pokeball. The Geodude was too weak to fight capture and was taken in. He gone too far and Polly stormed in. Danny, Mom and Dad put me in charge now, let's go! Okay, he answered calmly. Danny was surprised, but they didn't argue. They returned to the path, but by the wall and on their way to the fog. That was too easy, Polly. One hit and Geodude was mine. Yes, I got it! Suddenly, a different Geodude rolled down the hill. Oh, Polly, do you want this one? She didn't answer. Instead, she looked at the tall wall. Did you hear that? Hear what? It sounds like an avalanche. Really? Then he chuckled and thinking his sister was joking. And where could that be an avalanche? We are by a solid wall. You stupid.
Yeah, he's stupid. There could still be an avalanche.
Just as Danny hit the wall, he proved himself. It began to fall. It began falling in his direction. Look out! Then he leapt out of the way, and on the other side, was a mountain of stacked up. Mountain
Stacked up, Geodude?
Of stacked up Geodudes. They look unstable but remain in power until the Geodude pulls out one from the bottom. What do we do now? Well, keep running, scream like little girls. It comes to mind. They slowly back away, but the Geodudes collapsed and start rolling after them. Hoping to reach the fog and lose them, the two trainers ran as quickly as possible, and Polly tripped on the root coming up from the ground. He heard his sister's plea and saw that Geodude was nearly on top of her.
Yeah. The Totodile, stall them long enough for me to get Polly. Totodile kept the living avalanche back with its water gun. Well, that must be some water gun.
Why is it called avalanche? I thought that it was rock slide.
It's rock slide. I don't think I know the difference between a rock slide and an avalanche.
Okay, so do you want to change it?
Yeah, kind of. Dang it, what? Oh, but they say it several times, damn it. Oh, let's see. Avalanche. Fine. Fine. Hold on, I'm gonna check something real quick.
What?
Massive snow and rocks falling through the... Snow, ice, and rocks. Okay, yeah. All right, let's see. Yeah, avalanche. I'm going to change this to rock slide. Replace. 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 Boop. There we go. Fixed it. Okay, so it's my turn, right?
Yep.
Okay. Turned it out, kept the living rock slide back with its water gun, while Danny helped Polly to her feet. After they were a safe distance from the Geodude, Danny recalled Totodile. The Geodude were all unconscious, but they continued rolling nonetheless. That's kind of funny.
That is mean.
Oh god, just
he's really as bad as his father.
I mean, he didn't cause the rock slide.
They are fainting, but he still attacked them. Ugh.
Well, he did it to protect her sister. At the fork, they stood away from the path and waited for the Geodude to roll by. That was madness. The next time I see a sign that says beware Geodude, I'll beware. Danny, look. Polly pointed to a tiny white round creature crossing the road where the Geodude were going to be soon. It's going to be crushed. Polly could feel the vibrations from the rock Pokemon and ran in and grabbed it as the Geodude came thundering by. Dust came up and blocked Danny's view of his sister. He anxiously waited for it to clear. He could only imagine what he would see. Was Polly hurt? After the Geodude had left, he could not wait any longer and ran through the thick brown cloud. On the other side, his sister was unharmed and still holding the small creature in her arms. Polly, thank goodness you're all right. How's that little thing doing? Polly looked at its face. It looked scared and had its eyes closed. It's okay, you can open your eyes now, Polly comforted. It slowly lifted its eyelids and opened its enormous eyes. Freaky. Let's see what it is. I love that reaction. That is like the perfect Pokemon reaction. Freaky. Let's see what it is. Igglybuff. Its extremely flexible and elastic body makes it bounce continuously anytime, anywhere. It sure is a cute little Pokemon. Igglybuff understood the compliment and smiled at Polly. Polly, let's go to Violet City now, Danny whined. Polly opened her empty Pokeball and caught Igglybuff without difficulty. Well, that was fast. But it is a baby, so it probably would be easy. Danny's jaw dropped as he saw the event happen. Now can we go? Now. Oh wait, this is Polly. This is Polly talking. This is Polly talking. Now we can go. The duo followed the sign to Violet City that made New Bark look like a piece of tree bark. Both of them looked around at its tall buildings. Danny, let's go to the Pokemon Center. Put a comma there. Eat lunch and call Mom and Dad. Good idea. Wait till I tell Dad I caught 3 Pokemon already. Come on. Danny hopped on his bike and rode down the street with his sister tagging him. I gotta say, it was kind of a dick move on Dan's part to only give one of them a bike. Like, how is Polly supposed to keep up with Dan all the time? Danny all the time.
I don't know.
It's like, so way to go, Dan.
Yeah, just the worst. At least from an older sibling standpoint, she is better than her. She's better than her brother in a way.
Danny hopped on his bike and rode down the streets with his sister tagging behind. This Pokemon Center looked different from the last and had its own unique shape. Polly opened her bag and took out some sandwiches. A nurse was giving food and drinks. A nurse was giving food and drink. What? A nurse was giving food and drinks their Pokemon in the back. What? That sentence doesn't make any sense. A nurse was giving food and drinks. I'm mind boggled by my past self here. Nurse was giving out food and drinks.
I'm just as confused what you were trying to do.
The nurse was giving out food and drinks, and their Pokemon were in the back. Maybe getting healed, I guess. That's the most I can make out of that nonsense. Danny looked at his Pokegear and pressed a button on it. His mother's face appeared on the screen. And that's convenient. But what am I saying? We have smartphones. We can do this anytime we want. um, hey, Mom, it's us. Danny, are you all right? She asked. Of course. Is Dad there? I'm sorry, but he had to go to a school meeting. I'll tell him you called. Yeah, and tell him I caught 2 new Pokemon. Oh, I'm so proud of you, son. Polly pushed Danny out of the way. Uh, I caught 1, Mom! Wonderful. A loud, high-pitched scream interrupted their conversation. Oh dear, it's time to feed Kyle. I'll talk to you later. The pitcher blacked out and they continued eating. At the entrance, a young boy walked in crying his eyes out. The nurse came from behind the counter to see what happened.
Oh, he can walk now. Whoa. Baby can walk now.
All right, your turn, Carrie.
Wait. What's wrong? My one Pokemon is stolen. The one with gray hair took it from me. What? Danny was so surprised from this crime he nearly choked on his food. But instead he walked up and talked to the boy. Where is he now? He's running out of the city. He didn't waste any time. He forgot his Pokemon and ran outside to unlock his bike. Polly could see trouble ahead, so she grabbed her Pokemon and her brothers and went after him. Both of them have a bike, right? Because they're like, dude, you forget your Pokemons.
Like seriously? Dan should have given them both bikes.
They just say that they both have bikes. Do you think freaking Cassie has a bike too?
It's like, oddly enough, I think I only mentioned it to like that Dan had a bike. Actually, no, that's not true. I think Josh had a bike too. I don't know how I remembered that. That's such a small detail, but okay.
Well,
so,
that sucks.
Anyway, we'll just say well, in our imagination, Polly has a bike, which is where this story came from anyway.
Just use your bloody imagination.
Okay.
We will succeed. It's gonna be alright.
This is Carrie singing Willy Wonka over here.
Is it really how you sing it? The exit from the city was closed, and then it found a little time. Let's see. Tiny little time. Polly looked down the streets and worried about him. He had forgotten his Pokemon and would be in desperate straits. Danny rolled out, hoping to find the gray-haired kid. He entered a wooded area and pedaled slowly. Out of the tree came a black monster. The boy was in Black Master? Seriously? Black dog that knocked Danny off his bike, and when he got here, he saw the dog standing near his master. The boy wore black boots, brown pants, and a green jacket, and black hairband. His eyes stared at Danny angrily, and he pushed back his long gray hair. Why are you here? He asked, patting his dog. Handle, to calm his prey, they check on each other's location using bugs that only they can understand. I don't have time for explanations. Fry him. Hangdo let out a beam of fire, but his aim was knocked off to the right direction by a strange man in a cloak that had his face covered. Huh? Neither trainer knew who he was. I can't stand trainers like you, he declared to the thief. Using Pokemon for your own gains is wrong, and I will stand in my way. And I will stand in the way of anyone who does it. You, the boy asked and nodded from his speech. You can call me A.R. and mark my words, we will meet again. Then AR vanished just as quickly as he appeared. Now, finish him! Hey, why didn't you do the thing, dude?
Freaking
AR!
AR, what the hold on, why did this mysterious guy just show up and he's like, I am against you. I don't like what you're doing. Well, bye. No, come back, I'm going to die. Stop, help.
It's like, do you think that I can beat this guy? You are so much stronger than him. What the hell? Now Hando finished him. Hando aimed at Danny again and got ready to throw out flames. Danny, catch! Polly cried, throwing his 3 Pokeballs. Now you're going to give back what you took. Danny declared, expanding his Pokeball and tossing it between them. What are you expanding?
That's actually a thing. That's actually a thing from the anime. I'm not sure if it's a thing in the video games, but like you like press the button and like you can keep your balls in a smaller form, and then you press a button and they get bigger. It's an interesting detail.
It's weird.
Yeah, it is.
It just put cartoon stuff in there. It's like I put my tiny guy in here, and then it slowly expands so that he had more space. Geodude came from and flexed his muscles. Hando, break it to pieces. Geodude is like, are you sure that's a good idea?
Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? I'm a rock, dude. Don't be biting me.
Do you think that Geodude is just going to look at Danny and be like, "Yo, dude, Logan, check out this guy. He's so stupid, asking this dog to go bite me. Let's see what happened." What do you mean, what happened?
Let's see what happens.
And it's like, look, his teeth is so good. And traumatize the poor kid. Yeah, I think that I would do that. I definitely would do that.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, Carrie, you're awful. But he deserved it though. Defense curl. Geodude curl into the ball and make a feed force field around itself. Hando broke a fang. Trying to bite it. And started howling. Attack! The dog just rolled around in pain. Trash. Then he couldn't take any more of the kid's attitude. Red had to call living being trash. Polly got Chikorita and grabbed him by the legs. The boy tried to escape, but Chikorita's vines caught him and lifted him. Info, shake that Chikorita! Yeah. Chikorita shook him until a Pokeball fell out and dropped into Danny's hands. We got it! Okay, Chikorita, you can put him down now. I feel like Chikorita is going to be like, I can do worse by whipping you with my vines.
Chikorita's like, let's teach him a lesson. I was like, Chikorita, why are you so violent? Oh my gosh.
A bad child deserves a spanking. The Chikorita released its grip and dropped him on his face. Dad will teach you not to steal from other trainers. My name is Eric, and you better remember it because someday I will lead Team Rocket against trainers like you. Don't you know that Dan has killed a bunch of Team Rockets in one of the episodes?
Yes, like Dan wiped out a lot of rockets already.
Yep. Next.
Okay.
Eric turned his back on them and ran off.
What a big bonehead, Dan remarked. Come on, Danny, let's take that Pokemon back to the trainer. The little boy was still crying at the center when they returned an egg-shaped Pokemon. When an egg-shaped Pokemon was trying to make him stop. I want my Pokemon, he shouted. Here it is then. Here you go. Here it is then.
Not hopeful, be like, it's okay, it's gonna be okay, but everybody else is like, it will pass.
Here it is then, Danny replied, putting the ball in his hand. The boy gasped and then smiled. Thank you so much. Now I can continue my journey. The young boy.
So who's the Pokemon that he lost? Is it the dog or something?
It's like, I don't think we ever see it. We just assume that it's in that Pokeball. I don't think.
Can you imagine how hurt he is? He just if it's the Houndour and see like I have no idea why my Houndour lost a tooth. Seriously, but please fix him.
It's like, freaking basically, it's like, oh, thank you for bringing me back my Pokemon. And he opens it up and it's Arceus. It's like, what? It's like, what the heck was that doing in there? So the boy skipped out of the center without another.
Yeah, you killed it.
The young boy skipped out of the center without another word. Nurse Joy was greatly relieved and thanked Danny for his efforts. You've made that boy so happy. How did you get his Pokemon back? Me and my sister caught the thief outside the city and just took it back from him. Have you gone to our gym yet? No. Can you tell me where I can find it? It's the tallest building in the city. You can't miss it. Polly, let's go to the gym. Danny felt he would never make it when he saw his sister painting a picture of a Wigglybuff. You go ahead.
She's the best.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, what were you going to say, Carrie?
Oh, I said that's what she does the best. Leave her alone.
Yeah. Oh, you go ahead. I'll meet you there. Danny slapped his face, but why should he care if she wasn't there? She wasn't supposed to be with him in the first place. Danny left her and looked around for the tallest building. The biggest he could find was away from the city. It looked like a gym, so he went inside. Well, that was a weird way of phrasing that, but okay. The inner part was very plain, with a few ordinary people. Ordinary people? Ordinary people? What does that even mean? They were just guys in t-shirts? I don't know. A wooden floor and some men dressed like monks. In the corners were golden statues of small Pokemon with bell-shaped heads and roots for bodies. One man seemed to just stand and look at them. He was old, and Danny thought he would be a good one to ask questions. Excuse me, sir. May I help you? He asked. Where am I? This is Sprout Tower. Sprout Tower? So this isn't at the gym? No. No, the man laughed. The gym is near the center of the city, and is even taller than our tower. The man looked at Danny's side where he saw 3 Pokeballs. Are you going there to win a badge? Yes. I would suggest you give your Pokemon some more experience. Huh? I couldn't help but notice that you carry only 3 Pokemon. That is a sign that you're a rookie. Well, yes, I am. Well, we all have to start somewhere. So, would you like to battle me? Sure. Good. At Sprout Tower, we lowered decibels. Wait, what? At Sprout Tower, we lowered decibels. Only use? What am I reading here?
Typo?
We lower decibels only use. I have no idea what that means. I have no idea what that means. We lower decibels only use. Carrie, what does that mean?
Oh, let me take a look. Yeah, the stats that was like that one. At Sprout Tower, we only probably use that. At Sprout Tower we only use lower level Pokemons. Probably.
I have no idea what this is supposed to be.
Don't ask me. I am not you. I don't know what you are thinking.
I don't know. I have no idea what this says right here. That's weird. Anyway, I'm just gonna move on because I don't know how to fix that. The man pulled out his Pokeball and let it drop. One of the Pokemon that the golden statues were made one of the Pokemon that the golden statues were made to look like appeared. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Bellsprout. This Pokemon plants its feet deep underground to replenish water. It can't escape its enemy while it's rooted. Okay, Carrie, your turn.
Totodile and Geodude won't go well against the grass type, so I have used Sentret. Bellsprout use Wine Whip. Blinded with a flash. Sentret puts out a blazing flash that hurts Bellsprout eyes. Now, how about that plant? Sandra jumped into the air and picked up speed, colliding headfirst into Bellsprout's forehead. The hit sent the plant off balance and it fell backwards. You were better than I expected, or maybe you were just really lucky and really, really go. But I am just a beginner as well. I think that you miss up a beginner.
Yeah, there you go. Fix it.
Go up that staircase so the top level to fight real trainers.
Hold
Then
on,
climb
hold
the
on. I
long
just realized the
ladder
music
painted
is gone again. YouTube, stop it! Okay, we got our music back. Continue, Carrie.
Did you get it fixed?
Yeah, it's fixed.
Then he climbed a long, never-ending group of steps until he reached the top, where a man wearing finer robes than others, and he was sitting in a chair between two statues. His legs ached, but he was so tired from the climb. Every step it took was painful. He was almost at the leader, but before he could make it to the challenge, the two other trainers stepped in. They too had ropes and were bald-headed. You will have to prove your worth before confronting our master, the first announced. Beat two of our Pokemons and you may pass. The other added, do you accept? Then gave no answer, just breathed heavily over and over. What's wrong? Then he looked at them and said, why don't you have an elevator? At the first,
I figured it out. Disciple, not decibel. Disciple. That's what that word is.
You silly doo-dog.
Good. At Sprout Tower, the sentence still doesn't make sense, even if I change it to disciple. Look at this. At Sprout Tower, we lower disciple only use. That still doesn't make sense. And I spelled disciple wrong again.
Yes, you did.
Oh, I missed an S. Wait, what?
So would you like to battle me? Sure, good. Start off in a Sprout Tower, where my disciples are, maybe?
These. How am I? Oh, wait, hold on. I messed up. There we go. That's better. There we go. Fixed it. Wait, Carrie, you got a guess? What was your guess?
At the Sprout Tower, we battle my disciples first, or something.
I'll just change it to at Sprout Tower. You must battle the lower disciples first. That's the only thing I can think of. There we go. Fixed it.
There we go.
Okay. Let's see. Where did we leave off? Down here. Find a rose. Right there.
Why don't you have an elevator? I told you we needed one. That one.
Okay. Yeah. Here we go.
That walk is too long. We don't have money. We don't have money now. Okay. The other responded, "I'm ready now." Then he told them, "Good. Then I will be the first. Hoot hoot, go! Ooh, that's my boy."
It's Hoot Hoot.
Woo! Sentret, go! Flash! As Sentret uses powerful flash, once again I'm blinded. Hoot Hoot. No! Accuracy lower tricks won't work on Hoot Hoot. Use foresight. Hoot Hoot's eyes open and shot out red beams of light landing on Sentra. Stop it! Hoot Hoot flew into Sentra. Sentra, if you can blind them, dodge his attacks and then protect yourself from them. You've got a typo with Dan.
What?
Dodge his attacks, then protect yourself from them.
Yep, there we go. Fix it.
Sentra curled into a ball and put out an invincible shield. Well, away. Hoot Hoot flapped his wings, making the blast of wind lift Sentra off the floor above it. Roll out now! Sentra spun it until it got enough power to leave the whirlwind and hit Hoot Hoot's lift wing like a cannonball. What?
Hold on.
Hoot Hoot's wing or
Am I implying that it used rollout to get out of wind? I don't think that's how physics work.
No, I don't think so. Or maybe he dropped. He was like and then he rolled in the air like Sonic using a homing attack. You're trying to roll it there without getting copyright.
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine.
Our Pokemon went into a spin and crashed onto the floor. Hoot Hoot's trainer left the area, leaving Danny with one man in his way. Now try beat my super strong Bellsprout. Sandra, you look tired. Go rest in your Pokemon. Now, Totodile is up to the bat. A water type is a bad choice. You see? Bellsprout Vine Whip. Totodile bites the vine and clams it. Totodile opens his mouth and bites on Bellsprout's run. Find a way. Forget about it. Don't you know that Totodile's crushing power is his strong point? Okay, Toto, take that Bellsprout for a spin. Totodile begins spinning around, making Bellsprout look like a yo-yo. Let her go, Toto. Toto opened his mouth. Totodile opened his mouth, and the Bellsprout was flying out in an open window. Jesus.
I think I would call that an illegal move. I don't think you're supposed to be knocking your opponents through windows. That kind of sounds evil. In fact, I do not think the Pokemon League would look kindly on that sort of thing in battle.
like father, like son.
Oh gosh, Danny, what are you doing? Though I'd say it was almost an accident. He didn't tell him to launch the Bellsprout out the window. He just did it. Bellsprout! Its trainer exclaimed, rushing down the stairs to help it. The man in the chair stood up and smiled at Danny. Good, you've killed our Bellsprout. Good job. You win by using your attacks in other ways than usual, like that. But now that I know your ways, I won't lose like my inexperience. Stop spelling disciples as decibels!
Maybe you can change that word into something else. Don't worry too much about it. Yeah, you can change it.
Now let's see if you can beat me. As my Pokemon, I choose Weepinbell. He brought out a yellow bell-like Pokemon with eyes and leaves on its sides. I don't think its eyes are on its sides. I think it's just its leaves on its sides. Weepinbell, the flycatcher Pokemon. If its prey is bigger than its mouth, it slices up the victim with sharp leaves, then eats every morsel. Yeah, the freaking Pokedex is intense, man. Holy shit. It's too much. Totodile, you think you can handle this? Totodile smiled and winked at Danny. I'll throw him out the window this time too! Okay, then I choose you for this battle. Weepinbell, Razor Leaf. Weepinbell spun around, sending two sharp leaves over the floor at Totodile. Jump over them, Totodile! Totodile sprang above the attack, allowing the leaves to cut through the wall. Jeez. Weepinbell, wrap. But attack its back. Weepinbell's vines went behind Totodile and wrapped around him, squeezing his jaw shut. Here's something I know about Totodiles. Once their mouths are shut, they can be held shut with little effort. Danny knew that he was right. Without Totodile's powerful jaws, free, he couldn't use water attacks or bite. That rap attack is draining too much. That's supposed to be too much energy from him. I have to think fast, Danny thought to himself. Totodile's arms are also tied, so what can we do? If we were psychic, he could use his mind. Wait, I got it! Totodile may not be psychic, but he can use his head. Totodile, use all your rage to free yourself. Totodile concentrated and focused his anger, rage, and its light blue body began flashing red. Little by little, the more Weepinbell squeezed, the more powerful Totodile got. When he had enough, he broke free from Weepinbell's grip. Time to finish it! Totodile, slash attack! That's supposed to be attack, not attacked. Weepinbell, Razor Leaf. Weepinbell let out its lethal leaves again, but this time Totodile caught them and threw them back, cutting. Holy shit, that's crazy! He caught Razor Leaves! It's nuts! I've never heard of any Pokemon catching Razor Leaves. That's crazy. That's like trying to catch knives. By the blades!
Do you think that it was something like playing like doing tricks and something similar to that in circuses? Like, whoa, look at that!
Totodile moved in and slashed Weepinbell again and again. Enough! I submit! Weepinbell returned to its ball, severely wounded. Your Totodile has made a mockery of our mighty Bellsprout Tower! Sorry about that, Danny apologized. Oh, well, you're not as bad as that Eric kid. He was a terrible trainer. Although he defeated me, he cared nothing for his Pokemon and treated them terribly. I know him. He's a jerk.
Danny is actually worse than his dad.
Oh, gosh.
Do you think that he's going to get his butt handed to him because he was like, why did you let your Pokemon being like that?
Oh, gosh. I know him. He's a big jerk. For defeating us with a water type, you deserve a prize. I mean, he'd deserve a prize if he beat you with anything.
I thought that the man is going to be like, you must learn your lesson. Until then, you battle me again by training your Pokemon to behave good enough so that they.
You're launching Pokemon out of windows. You're you're freaking cutting. You're cutting people up with razor leaves, their own razor leaves. The man reached into his robe and removed a strange device. Is that the prize?
I guess that you really want bloodshed even more in this one.
In this one, it's like, yes, the Pokemon will suffer. This is a Sylph Scope. It will help you see through illusions made by ghost Pokemon and even allow you to catch them. Cool, but where do I find ghost Pokemon? Try here at night. Ghost Pokemon come here? Yes, and because of them, we have to shut down at that time. But what, do they want to be open 24/7? They think people want to hang out at the Bellsprout Tower out all day long? But if
we'd be like, your place is kind of boring though. Where do you get all the good stuff anyways?
Yes, and because of them, we have to shut down at that time. But if a trainer came and cleared them out, we could come here at night again. I'll show up. Oh, before you go, what is your name? It's Danny Dragonson. I'll leave the door unlocked for you tonight. It's like, yes, small child, we believe that you can solve our problem. Come to our establishment at night. We'll leave the door unlocked. Something feels weird about this. But you know what? In the Pokemon games, kids are always solving adults' problems. Oh, it's your turn, isn't it?
After exiting the tower, Danny remembered that he had told Polly that he would meet her at the gym. Oh no, should we tell Mom and Dad I sneak up so that they will become home, go back home? He didn't have time to spare. He rushed to the city and got the gym just before Polly arrived. Danny, have you been waiting for me all this time? Yeah, I really have. Sorry I'm late. Come on, let's go in. The gym looks like an office. There was a man at the desk and an elevator on his right. I'm here to battle the gym leader. Just take the elevator to the top floor. Thank you. Danny replied, pushing the elevator button. But I warned you, it won't be easy.
That's
Danny smirked and entered the elevator with Polly. They went to the top floor, which was the roof. The doors opened slowly. The roof was actually a better area with a group of men on the sides and a man in the middle. They have several layers of blue robes, a white sash, and dark blue hair that cover his side. Have you come here to challenge me for the badge? Yes, I'm Danny. I am Faulkner. I specialize in flying type Pokemon. I believe flying is the most fascinating type there is. We will battle with 3 Pokemon each no time limit. I will start off with Noctowl.
It's Noctowl! It's your boy! It's your boy, Carrie!
When it needs to think, it rotates its head 180 degrees to sharpen its intellectual power. Like Bora Gabora. I didn't know what to use this in flying types. Geodude, go! Why do so many trainers think it was all about type? I show you what Noctowl can do! Fly up now! Geodude, bring it down with Rock Flow! I think that's a bad idea because Noctowl is just like bleh, and then the guy on the floor is just going to be like keep hitting it, and he was like, nah, I can see where you're flying like that. Noctowl flew all over, avoid the rocks being thrown at it. Now put it to sleep with hypnosis. Get up there and give it to him. Geodude pushed itself off the ground and went up high as Noctowl. The bird stared at it with its large eyes, trying to put it to sleep. To give it time to work, Mega Punch. Geodude took its arm back and shot it forward, smashing it hard into Noctowl's beak. Oof. That's a powerful punch. The powerful punch stunned it long enough to lose control and fell back to the roof. Not my boy!
No! Noctowl!
Noctowl, can you get up? Noctowl's wings were hurt from the fall, and he couldn't move them. Okay, you did good. Now, it's time for a change. Faulkner switched his Pokemon to another flying type, but this time it was a bat. Crobat. The developed wings on its back enabled it to fly fast, but also make it tough to stop and rest. You'll never beat this one, or even touch it. Go, Crobat! Go as you can! Crobat shot off the ground like a rocket, and it was hard for anyone to keep track of it.
I'm really amazed that I had Faulkner using Crobat. That's like a really high-level Pokemon, considering that Faulkner's like the first gym leader you encounter in the game. It's like, geez, Danny, good luck.
Is it the little bat or the big one? Because there's his evolved form has a really big mouth, and then the last one he has like four mouths or something.
It's like, hold on, let me just do.
Is it the little one or the big one?
Boop. I sent you a picture.
Wait. Oh up. Oh, it's the slightly bigger one with 4 wings.
Yep, it's got the 4 wings. Let's see. Anyway, back over to me. Geodude, rock throw. Geodude gathered more rocks to throw. Crobat, double team. 2 more Crobats appeared and circled Geodude. This is bad, Polly. Polly, any ideas? Danny asked. He hoped for good advice,
I don't
but
think that is allowed. But his sister is doing.
Yeah,
drawings.
that isn't allowed. That's a weird. It's weird that I wrote it like this. Because no, a gym battle is a test for a trainer. It's not your. Yeah, there are times in the anime where like the characters will be watching and they'll be like, "Oh no, if Ash does this, he's gonna be in trouble." But they're not like, "Ash, if you do this, you're gonna be in trouble. Maybe you should do this." It's like, it's not really allowed. This is bad.
Do you want to change it or something?
Why
do you look at me?
It's too much. We'll just chalk it up as Danny being inexperienced. This is bad. Polly, any ideas? Danny asked. He hoped for good advice, but all he found was his sister painting the Crobat. Polly!
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, did you say something? Go in and finish it with Giga Drain, Faulkner ordered. Crobat's eyes started glowing, and its true self bit into its true self? Whatever. Bit into Geodude's back, draining its strength away. Geodude closed its eyes and rolled back to Danny. A grass attack. Oh well, return Geodude. Unless you have a really fast Pokemon, you better give up. I don't need speed to win. Sintret, go! Crobat, fly again. Sintret, maximum defense curl! Sintret curled into a ball and put up several layers of shield around itself. Crobat, Giga Drain, again! Crobat tried to sink its fangs into Sintret, but the shield was too thick to penetrate. Sintret, quick, use Ice Punch! Sintret broke out from its protection and hit Crobat with its paw. The bat tried to escape, but its wings were frozen solid. Now roll out! As Sintret curled into a ball again, but attacked and hit Crobat like it was a speed bump. Crobat stretched its wings and broke the ice up. Stay with it, Sintret! Sintret grabbed onto Crobat's foot and flew up with it. Not exactly what I meant. Get it off, Crobat! Crobat shook its foot, but Sintret would not let go, so it flew past to make it fall, but that didn't work either. Crobat, loop the loop! Crobat went upside down, and Sintret was losing its grip. Crobat screeched again and again, but it didn't seem mad. It didn't seem mad at Sintret. Why is that bat doing that? Danny asked himself. Oh yeah, duh! Bats use echolocation, not their eyes. Actually, I think in Pokemon, some bats do use their eyes because they've got really big eyes. Like, though bats do have eyes. Bats have eyes. So I don't know. Anyway, Sintret covers its ears. Sintret, cover its ears! Sintret, it climbed up Crobat's back and stuffed its fluffy paws into its ears. Crobat couldn't understand where it was and panicked, sending itself and Sintret flying straight towards the floor. Just before it was too late, Sintret let go and Crobat went spiraling headfirst into the concrete floor. Sintret softened it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this is crazy. Though I think it is kind of cool that Danny used echolocation to his advantage. Or to the disadvantage of Crobat. Sintret softened its foot landed on its tail on Crobat. That was incredible, but the rule book says nothing about it, so I guess it's a legal move. You did good, Crobat. Come back and rest now. I guess I underestimated you, Danny, but now I know how you play, and I won't give you any chances to win. I've saved the best for last. Pidgeot, go! Faulkner released a bird that was 10 times...
Is it really in the rule book, though? Because you cover the ears? Because he was like, his ears like that. Is it really illegal, though?
Yeah, I don't...
But at least it's not physically tossing your opponent and then teabagging them.
At least it's not throwing a Bellsprout out a window.
No, he's not. He's going to get himself blood if he does that. It's like, you cannot get the badge because you dishonored my Pokemon and you dishonored yourself. Game over.
Faulkner released a bird that was 10 times the size of the little Sintret. Pidgeot spread its beautiful wings wide to frighten its enemies. Pidgeot spreads its beautiful wings wide to frighten its enemies. It can fly at Mach 2 speed. Of course it can. What flying Pokemon can't fly at Mach 2 speed at this point? As your Pokedex clearly states, Pidgeot can fly at Mach 2, which is even faster than my Crobat. Okay, give me a second. I'm looking up something. Give me a second. According to Bulbapedia, let's see. Stats. Okay, according to Bulbapedia, Crobat's speed stat is 130. Pidgeot's speed stat is 91. So either I got it wrong or that's a really shitty Crobat. Or a really good Pidgeot. At any rate, let's get back to the story.
What did you say again?
I said that in the games, I looked it up. Crobat's speed stat is actually higher than Pidgeot's. So, yeah, I don't know what Faulkner's talking about. Anyway.
I think that because it was in the middle of the night, they are fighting and everyone is kind of tired.
No. Actually, it's probably around twilight, I guess. As your Pokedex clearly states, Pidgeot can fly at Mach 2 and even faster than Crobat. Sintret, you better sit this one out. Danny aimed his Pokeball at Sintret, but it avoided the retractor beam? Whatever. Sintret! The squirrel-like Pokemon squeaked. Sintret! The squirrel-like Pokemon squeaked. You can't stay out there. You gave everything you had in the last battle, and you have to rest. Sintret shook its head and faced the giant bird. Okay, Sintret, I just hope you don't regret this. Hold on, I'm going to check how much further longer this... Oh, we're at the end of the chapter. Okay. Okay, Carrie, your turn.
Alright. Pidgeot, blow it away with whirlwind. Sintret, defense curl. Pidgeot flap his wings, blowing Sintret back into Danny's arms. Sorry, Sintret, but you're too tired to go on. Sintret closed his eyes and began sleeping. Then he opened his paw and had it return. Knir, your Pokemon are bigger and stronger, even faster than mine, but my dad taught me none of that counts if you look beyond it. Now,
Wait, okay, that's the dumbest shit. That's the dumbest shit I think I've ever heard. Dad taught me that... That is the dumbest shit.
I don't think...
Your Pokemon
I don't care, though.
Your Pokemon are bigger, stronger, and faster than mine. But none of that counts if you look beyond it all. What does that even mean? It's like, that's like child logic. What the heck?
I'm confused.
I am very confused. Anyway, let's just continue.
Then he slowly brought forth his last remaining Pokemon, Totodile. Forwards for Roki, Pidgeot, blow it away with whirlwind. The wind started blowing again, and Totodile could barely keep its ground. Give it your best scary face! He opened his mouth, revealing his fangs and making himself look like a monster. I think that it just looks very adorable, though.
Yeah.
Now, roar! Totodile let out a high-pitched roar that scared the Pidgeot into slowing its wind flow. It makes it flinch.
Yeah, it made it flinch.
Yeah. Water gun, the surprised happy crocodile shot back a thick stream of water that hit Pidgeot. Keep it up! The water continued blasting out of Totodile's mouth, making Pidgeot fall over onto his back. With a tackle slash! Totodile used Pidgeot like a balance beam and flipped into the air, then came down hard, slashing the bird with his claws. What was that? Faulkner asked, confused. Totodile tackled and slashed at Pidgeot. Pidgeot, get up and fly. Pidgeot never knew what hit it. All it knows that it was wounded too badly too badly to even leave his right wing. Can you fly? Can't you? He looks embarrassed. Faulkner believed that once flying Pokemon were grounded, they were practically sitting side ducks. It's okay, Pidgeot, you give out a good fight. I'm proud of you. Now return and take a deserved rest. Then he ran into the center of the roof and picked up Totodile. You put up quite a fight for a little guy. Totodile began cheering for itself and waving his arms in the air. You are quite one slick trainer and also one slick mofo.
One slick Okay.
We're not going to go into that yet, but we might go into the next one if it's got any more violent. Thanks, and I'm just a rookie too. Well, even a rookie can beat the best sometimes, and you have earned this badge. Faulkner held a small object in the palm of his hand, like two blue wings. This is the Zephyr, my gym official Jodo League badge. Probably the first one. Cool. Look, I got this great painted of Totodile finishing picture. How quick do you paint? Seriously.
Seriously, that's what is speed painting? Speed painting?
I think I probably can do that, like impressionism, like 5 minutes for painting. Faulkner looked mad. Just don't tell anyone who that Pokemon is, okay? Belongs to, okay? Then he marched out of gym and walked over the Pokemon Center. The sun was setting and probably had to stop to see it. Isn't it beautiful? Yeah. Come on, I have to get Totodile here for tonight. What happens tonight? Danny What happens tonight? Danny panics and starts stuttering. Oh, nothing, nothing happens tonight. I just look at him suspiciously. Why do I feel like Polly probably will get a really pretty looking ghost Pokemon later because she wouldn't need that because she's pretty. Those guys are pretty. I think that you know who I'm talking about. Yeah, they are pretty.
All right. Well, this has been going on. This has been going on for about 2 hours. I think we're good for today.
Yeah, guys, thanks for listening to us rambling and reading.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's been quite a time. Okay. Well, we'll see you next time.
Catch you later.
Bye.